Cursor doesn't magically know external documentation unless you feed it the right way. And Cursor has different ways that you can do that. And most tutorials keep this one simple thing that actually make it work. So no, you don't need crazy setup, no weird plugins, hacking together APIs. And today I'll show you exactly the real method for adding external context. It's going to be fast, simple, and something actionable and reliable that you can use every single time. So if you ever wasted hours wondering why Cursor just doesn't get it, this will change everything you build with it. Let's fix it. All right, so first of all, we are right here in the interface of Cursor, and you're going to notice that over here, you do have a way to add context, and you can add docs right away from here. And sometimes people complain that when they're adding docs from here, that's not working exactly how they want. So I'm going to show you what you need to do when that happens. So first of all, you can add a doc by clicking to add new doc and adding a link to one of your documentation. Once you've added that link, it will ask you a few questions. Let's use OpenAI documentation as an example. So I'm going to take this, head back over here, paste that, and it's going to ask me for a name, for a prefix, and for an entry point. And once I'm happy with that, I can just hit confirm, and we'll add this new thing. Oh, looks like I already have one here, so no need to add it. I can just head over to settings. So if I click over here, head over to features, scroll all the way down, and right here we have the doc session in the settings. And if you haven't already, I've made an entire video where I explain exactly every single settings in Cursor. So if you're curious to see how different part of Cursor works, you can just watch that video. Once you're here, you'll be able to see all of the different documentation that you've added. And you've noticed that they actually index. So you can see the last time that I added it. So I actually refresh it today, so I won't need to refresh it. But if I wanted to, all I will have to do is to click reindex right here. And I can actually see what Cursor is able to see from the documentation that I've added. So I can see all the different links that it has crawled and that it has access to. So this is how you add documentation to Cursor. Now, I'm going to show you something else, because if you head over to beta and you have early access activated, you're going to see that there's a way for you to actually tell Cursor to web crawl some of those links directly from this area right here. So I'm going to show you right here. If you scroll all the way down, you're going to see web search tool. So this will allow chat in Asian and ASK mode to search the web for information. So if you just type the link here and the name of the documentation, so we had this one right here. When you're adding a pill like this one, it will automatically detect that it's a link, and it will use the link tool. I believe you can call it by clicking on context. Maybe it might not be right here, but automatically it's detecting the link that you're typing. So if I'm just pasting a link, it will know that it's a link, and it will know to crawl that link and actually search that link and get some information. So for example, what's the title of this page? So here it sees using the search tool, confirming the search for this, so I can confirm it. And you saw that I had the ability to trigger auto search, which will essentially allow me to make sure that you can just do it without asking for permission. And you can see that it's actually crawling page by page. And the next time that I'd appear, if it does, then I will just click auto search. So what do we have here? Confirm search overview. So let's trigger auto search so that we don't have to approve it every single time. So it's still looking for something, it seems. Let's just give it some time to think about it and see what happened. And here we are. So the main page heading is overview. It took some time to do that, but essentially this is kind of how you do it, how you make sure that it's able to find it. Now, I'm going to show you something else, because this is another way for you to easily search documentation online. If you don't know what's the name of the documentation or what's the URL, you can just ask Cursor to do a search. I can say something like search the latest documentation on GPT-4o, OpenAI newest image model. Let's try to do this way. Okay, so it says OpenAI newest image model, GPT-4o, pronounced GPT-4o mini. Okay, so interesting. So it did find it. It knows it's GPT-4o image model, but it didn't give me the actual name that I should add in code. So I'm asking, what is the model name I should use in code? And let's submit that. I'm not sure why this is popping every time I do this, but Yeah, so to call this feature, all you have to do is at web, and anything that you put after the web will be used as a search query. So think about this like a search field. So you're typing at web, and he's searching exactly what you're typing for, like whether that could be a sentence or a quick question. So that's what it's able to do. All right, so while we're waiting for this, let me quickly tell you about AI Founders Club. So AI Founders Club is a community of top AI builders. So if you guys want to learn how to build with AI and you want to, not build alone, but build in a community of people from around the world and also get access to not only like courses, but step-by-step guide and more, then you can join AI Founders Club and also get access to very exclusive member benefit and get access to a bunch of tools that are made to help you in your journey as an AI founder. So you can check this out at joinaifounders.club, and let's get back to the video. All right, so it looks like it's still going. It's having a really hard time finding this specific thing. So in situations like this one, it might even be better for you to just head over to the documentation and find it yourself, it seems, because it's using a lot of queries and search to find this little detail. This is, again, that was a trick question. So I'm actually challenging it right now, but you can see here that he actually found GPT image -1. That's what I'm looking for, but I want to see if he's going to be able to return it. Looks like he checked different sources. So really went deep into making a research about it. Still working on it. So I'm going to quickly show you in the meantime this tool. So Firecrawl created a very easy way for you to actually generate a document for your API. So if you copy this link, you can just paste it here and use your free credit. And it's going to parse the content of this page and generate a very simple link that you can use to feed an AI agent. It has not only generated the markdown format, okay, and so yes, when you paste the link here, then it's going to generate this thing right here, which is a markdown of the documentation that you can just copy and use it on your page. They've also released generate llm.txt that you can access at llmstxt.firecrawl.dev, and you can just paste the URL right here and it will generate llm.txt file for you. Okay, so something went wrong. Looks like this one is bugging, but let me show you quickly their API because they actually have a way for you to do that programmatically. So you can use this curl command right here and pass your API key from Firecrawl, and you can actually generate that yourself if you have an API key just by copying this and pasting it in your terminal. All right, so I just heard a notification. Looks like this is done. 25 call. And at this point, I think this is not worth it. So yeah, so this is a tool for searching. Obviously, it has its flaws. I'm glad I was able to show both scenarios in this video, when it works and when it doesn't. So now you have an idea of what you can use. Me personally, I just rely on the web search tool and the docs in order to create documentation for my code. So as you can see, I've added some of the documentation that I use the most and I just leave it there. And I find this tool strategy really efficient in order to be able to have Cursor doing the research for me about a specific doc. And the other thing that I do when it doesn't have the right context is I create a folder called script where I will add different script that I need and will have the AI agent generate the code for it by converting the documentation that I need to use into Markdown, and then I will feed it to the AI agents to generate a simple script that I implement an example of the documentation. Now, there are a couple of tools you can use for that. You can use Obsidian. That is a pretty cool tool for converting things to Markdown. I've made a video about it on how you can utilize that to essentially copy the Markdown of the page. So if I were to copy this documentation, I can then just do Obsidian Web Clipper, save this page, and then you'll see that over here, I have the Markdown already generated. So I can just copy that, head back to my AI agent and paste it as a source. But before I paste it, I always make sure to add those brackets to make sure that this is content within this context and this bracket. And those are like code brackets, and I will just paste it so that the AI agent has access to it. So this is how I feed documentation to AI. But if you want to have that inside your application, you can also create a folder such as memory docs where you can add different documentation that are essential for you. So yeah, so this is about it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to check one of those videos right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.